Well, I would love to continue, but I looked back on the stuff I recorded. All of it did not pick up my mic. So we're off to a great start. Doesn't even make any sense. I had it set so that it does pick up mic audio. And then I played for like an hour. One last fight. You are on the lookout for your old mentor, Dowd, whom you've not seen in 15 years. Rumors speak of a clandestine boxing club that uses black magic and bone charms. At the Albarca Baths. Could he be there? Only one way to find out. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and find out if this actually picked up my voice.
My name is Billy Lurk, though there aren't many people who remember. For years, I stayed hidden, captain of a ship called the Dreadful Whale. I was a smuggler, fence, and maybe traitor, depending on who you ask. Our names are always overshadowed by the words whispered after them. If you hide from the world long enough, eventually nobody remembers you. Then you're alone, living with your choices. But I could never forget the man who pulled me up from nothing. Dowd, the Knife of Dunwall. A name called out by the desperate or the dying. The assassin who ended one empress and saved another. Shame burns inside you for a long time. When I betrayed Dowd, he let me live. I left Dunwall and my own name behind. For years, I wondered if I was worth forgiving. For years, I laughed at myself for even wanting a killer's forgiveness. Sometimes mercy cuts deeper than any knife. Now I know that forgiving is something you do for yourself as much as for the people who hurt you. I know Dowd is in Karnaca, and I'm going to find him. Every night for weeks, the same terrifying dream. A street fight, my arm dead and lying in the gutter, my eye gouged out by a Grand Guard sword. But when I wake up, they still hurt for hours. Gives me the creeps. This always brought me a little comfort. You stole this for me, didn't you, Deirdre? Now it's all I have left of you. Another relic from the old days. Still holds an edge, at least. That boxing club in the Albarca Baths is my last lead. Dowd has to be there.
Such a hard word to say. Albarca. 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 So this does take place after Dishonored 2. I had a hard time paying attention the first time I played this, as well as the first time I tried to revisit it earlier. Still wasn't quite picking up on it until I did a little bit more playing and actually paid attention this time. Anyway, back to the best thing about these games, reading. Forgiven. I wouldn't have blamed Emily for killing me then and there. Bring down an empress and everything gets thrown into chaos. A lot of people got hurt, but it was worse than that, wasn't it? I helped kill her mother. That's 2 times I was spared. But at least I got it put right. Was this how Dowd feels? My dreams are getting worse, too. Stronger. Sometimes I stare at my right arm, like it shouldn't be there, and my head hurts like I'm blinded by blood. I started to write it all down, just to keep a handle on it. 2 weeks until I'm back in Karnaca. The longest 2 weeks of my life. If I even make it, the engine is rattling bad. My old self again. It felt good to say the name. Even better to hear it. And now, it's on every corner of Karnaca. Wanted. Billy Lurk. I've been sending out messages to my contacts in the city, following up on sightings and rumors, but nothing yet. I even listen to rats. Sometimes they know things others don't. And their voices remind me so much of Deirdre. I found the old man's wanted poster in a trunk. Now I'm looking for Dowd, just like all of Dunwall was years ago. Hope I have more luck than they did. A long shot? One last lead, an underground boxing club of all places. Dowd could be fighting there. Maybe another dead end, but I have to be sure. I tried to pump out the engine room, but no use. My ship's dead in the water. Megan and Foster would have been furious, but I'm not. I've got other things to care about now.
Industrial espionage.
And here's our contracts. Burn the White Hound and industrial espionage. An eyeless hag has stole my poor Milky. He's white as a whalebone, but riddled with disease. It breaks my old heart to ask this of you. But if you find my Milky, please put him out of his misery and burn his remains. Save him from those cursed eyelists, and save Karnaca from their plague. Those thugs at the Albarca make potions and bone charms upstairs. Their liquor is vile, but it sells for good coin, and we're losing punters to them day by day. Bring us to the rat liquor recipe before our brewery goes out of business. Make sure to destroy their stock while you're at it.
Burglary,
You got it, Chief.
spying, picking pockets. Dowd taught me more than just killing. It can keep me afloat. For now.
One thing I was thinking that I could do with this new revisit is actually read things properly. Give myself a second chance to read things off of books and letters and stuff in a way that everybody can understand.
No, I cannot. Sokolov establishes studio in Tivia. Renowned natural philosopher and painter Anton Sokolov returned to Tivia this week, after years of retirement in Karnaca. Sokolov, whose inventions and technological marvels are famed throughout the Isles, was greeted with the fanfare and panoply due to a national hero. A parade in his honor culminated in a festival on Mastrov Square in Dobovka, where Sokolov was given a brief speech announcing the establishment of his studio. When asked about his future plans, the inventor responded, "Already did enough for several lifetimes." The inventor was overwhelmed by the infernal noise of the parade and left the celebration early. He gave no indication whether or not his studio will accept apprentices.
Good to see the old man made it up north. I was lucky to know him. I wonder what poor soul is dealing with him now.
Come on, calling anybody a poor soul knowing him is accurate. Empress Emily Caldwin moves to heal fractured empire. Why are they still not calling her Emily Atano? Whatever. Renovation projects in Tower District are finally underway as the last funeral rites were performed for High Overseer Yule Kulan and the Brothers of the Faith who died in the attempt to retake Dunwall Tower from the now disposed usurper Delilah Copperspoon. The Abbey of the Everyman has spent the last several months consecrating and interring the remains of the fallen, while also removing dangerous and heretical objects from the Imperial Palace. With representatives from the Isles beside her, Empress Emily Caldwin issued a statement yesterday morning, urging unity in the wake of this great tragedy. The Empire's strength is in its diversity of thought and action. Working together, there is nothing we can't accomplish. We are pleased to reassert our partnership with the sovereign nations of Morley, Serconis, and Tivia for our mutual peace and prosperity. Following these proceedings, several imperial proclamations have been issued with the aim to restore trading networks and communication across the Isles. Several large-scale public works have been announced, with architectural firms in Serconis and Morley already competing for the commissions.
So, Her Imperial Highness is back on the throne. If she knew what I was doing now, she'd probably try me for treason.
Nah, I don't think so. You two were... You made friends, right? You became friends over the course of a month and a half. She'll let you go. I'm sure of it.
Is this what you would have looked like, my sweet Deirdre? I would have died soon after you, if it hadn't been for Dowd.
You think maybe you'd rather be dead? I don't know if I could handle it. being alive while my loved ones were dead. I think I might rather be dead as well, so I could join them in the afterlife. I've thought before that I would rather be dead than let them die too. But then maybe they would be sad, knowing that I would be absent from the world while they live. But I think to myself that they would be fine. The Lonely Rat Boy and Other Tales. Installment 1. It was the year the rat plague sank its bloody teeth into Dunwall and tore out all its mercies. The year the people who live submerged within the shadows of the city's great edifices suffered most. This lonely child knew no family, but a small white rat. Whatever pieces of half-rotted food he found, he shared with this creature. He knew no name, only the vile curses thrown at him by the thugs and mudlarks who tormented him daily. Their fists raised, their knives on his skin. How they grinned, baring all their blackened teeth. Somebody called dentists. Cacophony. The boy, bruised and shaken, cradled his little friend to his chest as they sat together in some dark alley for a moment's breath. Soon the city watch found him. "Move on," the watchman said. The boy did not know where to go. He pleaded with the man, who answered with a truncheon across the youngster's cheek. "Move on," he said with a scowl. The boy turned to run. He'll be weeping soon. He'd heard the watchman spit. The boy's heart stuttered with fear. The rat watched him plaintively, with red eyes. "No one will help us," the boy said to his only friend. "You got me. Where's volume 2? I want to know more. How does the story end?"
I've been searching for months. I know you're here, Dowd. Somewhere.
Wait, how do you know that already? You haven't seen him yet.
Everyone in Dunwall was afraid of him then, but not me.
Eyeless remain eyesore for our city. 2 raids by the Grand Guard occurred last night, resulting in few arrests as investigations continue into the activities of the gang known as the Eyeless. Why are they even called that? Are they blind? Both raids were conducted on derelict warehouses in the Campo Seda dockyards. Several shipments of whalebone were found at both scenes, along with many carved talismans familiar on sailing ships. These trinkets, marked with strange insignias, were collected along with various unidentified powders, noxious plants, and vials of unknown liquid. Though these items add credence to rumors of black magic being practiced by the Eyeless, the Grand Guard has not called for the Overseer's support. Roving Vice Overseer Cardoza of the Abbey of the Everman, when reached for comment, stressed the spiritual dangers of carved bone charms and, if found, to bring them directly to your nearest Overseer outpost for inspection and disposal. He gave no further remarks on the Grand Guard's ongoing investigation. Why not? Notes about the El Barca Baths. Went to see old Mage again. Madge? Traded some old whalebone and a bit of hair, not mine, for information. That doesn't make it better, surprisingly. Whose hair is that? How did you get it? She's making charms for the Eyeless now. Good clients, pay regular. Left before Mage tried to pick my pocket. Some witches from the Royal Conservatory joined the Eyeless. Powerless now. None from the Brigmore days who would remember me, at least. No reason to think they'll look twice if I go in like anyone else. Are these people just messing around, or is there something I'm not seeing? I think I lost my pocket knife. Mage? Curse that old woman. Can't know if Dow is at the Albarca Baths until I go check it out for myself. Last lead I got. I think I just realized that, oh, Billy is writing these. I thought somebody else was writing them. Reply from Isabel. Or Isabel. Megan, you must be pretty desperate if you're writing to me about this. Yeah, I saw him. He set up a meeting to buy one of those funny explosives that fell off the back of a carriage a few months ago. I waited for him, but he never showed up. Sorry I can't be of any more help. I haven't seen or heard from him since. Put me in a real bind. Isabel? Also, hey, you were kind not to mention it, but I didn't forget I still owe you that case of fig wine after what happened last time. Give me 2 more months, I swear I'll get it to you.
Karnaca is full of secrets. If I have any clues about where Dowd is, it's because he let me find them.
Clever man. Dearest Megan, what an intriguing message. Who's this then? An old lover? No, he's my teacher. Forgive me, but he doesn't really seem like your type. But if you must, I heard a rumor a few months ago from some gentleman that a man looking like that has been spied with those bizarre eyelids. I filed that piece of gossip away, just in case it was important. Lucky you. When are you coming back here? Make it soon. We miss you. We have some of that tobacco you like stored away, just in case you visit. Loving you always, E.V. Kitterick. Sounds like a fine boy. Reply from T. What does T stand for, Tim? Tucker? Billy. Or Megan. Or whatever you go by these days. I don't know anymore. It was easy to pretend we didn't know each other when you were Megan. We agreed to respect both our new lives and not dread up on bad memories. So what are you doing? Yeah, I saw him. 2 years ago, here in Karnaca. He even asked after you. I said I hadn't seen you since that night in the Flood District. I'm sure you know why I lied. He never stopped killing, you know. He's got that same old grudges. I just hope you're not one of them. T. He's got the same old grudges, not that. I still can't read. I don't know what's wrong with me. Hey, look at that. Stilton. Speaking of which, it would seem that canonically, Emily went into Stilton's manor and prevented him from being witness to the seance. In doing so, Billy was able to get her arm and eye back. But oddly enough, her eyes still seems to be missing. I guess she did say something about her eye getting gouged out by the Grand Guard a second time. Or, I guess, in this new timeline, this is still the first time it happened. I don't know. Time doesn't make any sense. The Knife of Dunwall. I think this is a book I read in the first game. Excerpt from a Pay novel, Chapter 3. Dowd stared at the blade. The plan had gone perfectly, even better than he could have hoped. In fact, the whole thing had been too easy. But now that was over, he felt hollow, and there was nothing in the world that could fill him again. He knew with certainty that scared him. Billy called from the next room. Boss? Leave me. He nudged the door closed before she could say anything else. He trusted her more than any of them, but he didn't feel like talking. It's odd. Jessamine was different. But how? Abandoned letter to the Empress. Your Imperial Highness, thank you for the gift. Well, your generosity is... To Empress Emily Caldwin, I don't want your coin. Lady Emily, I can't take your coin after what I did. I'm trying to find a way to make peace. Dear Emily, I wish... To do. Mend vest, seal hatch, bullets, whiskey. Will drinking whiskey help you write better? Is Billy nervous?
Station hasn't been used for years. Hiding the dreadful whale wasn't easy. but it's safe so far.
Is Billy nervous to write to Emily? If so, then why? Strangely enough, I also can't go in there. I can't check out my own cabin. I can't check out the cabin that Emily used to sleep in. I can't go downstairs to where the leak used to be. You guys remember the leak, right? Emily fixed it up. Oh, it's a boat, of course. I was wondering what it was. Warning, dangerous currents, no swimming beyond this point. It's fair. The waves in these games seem oddly violent. They're always moving. Always thrashing about. Perhaps because of the great leviathans that swim beneath the water. Rat whispers. Hear the thoughts of rats. These little creatures whisper to another, exchanging information about what's going on in streets and basements from their point of view. Their mutterings are often cryptic, but sometimes they can give useful clues.
What can you tell me today, my little gutter friends?
The friend listens. The friend hears us. One of us, but ugly and big. Still friend.
Hey, I'm not ugly. No Halle Berry, but I'm not ugly.
She fed us in wee towers, tossed us grains and crumbs. Loud voices came, metal flashed. More blood, floods on the floor. Our first feast. We'll lap her up.
Okay, these rats are a little bit sinister, but they're still cute.
Follow the scent. Climb ropes. Up. Hide inside dark oak belly. Wood rocks, water flows. Salt taste on fur. New homes press.
Unfortunately, these rats in particular don't say anything that useful. Wish we had carriages like this in the real world. We're also gonna make this a low chaos run. I mean, after everything Billy went through in Dishonored 2, why would she kill people? Right?
All right. The old Albarca Baths shouldn't be far.
Here we also got these, what are they called? Electric bursts. These are basically the sleep darts of this DLC. At least I think that's what it is. It's kind of in between being a DLC and a full-fledged game. See you in the void, suckers. Fidelia's Journal. Yeah. Second day, month of Earth. I tried the old incantations over the teeth and strings like before, but it didn't work. Where did you get teeth? I'm assuming Fidelia is a witch. That would make the most sense. It always used to work. Is the magic really gone? I heard about a gang from one of my sisters. She said they do things like what we did together. I don't know where else to go. 27th day. So it's been quite a while since the first entry. The eyeless might be content with scratched up bones and rat liquor, but I'm not. I tasted the dark waters of the void with my sisters. I know what it feels like to turn the things you hate to ash and watch bright flowers bloom from the cinders. These people don't know real magic. 7th day, month of nets. I think I found a way. If I can snatch one of the stray hounds off the street and steal some carved whalebone, I might be able to get back a glimmer of my power. I know what words to speak over it, just so the outsider listens. 10th day. I used to raise dead hounds from the earth to stalk shadows and tear my enemies to pieces. And now? I watched the life run out of this wretched creature. Its heart shuddered and stopped, and I felt nothing. Just pity. It's gone. Sucks to be you.
It's not quite the old life, but it feels good. I wonder if Dowd has seen these.
Yeah, what is it about a life like this that seems so appealing to me? In practice, I'm pretty sure it would suck being a fugitive, a wanted criminal and whatnot. Living on a boat out in the ocean, taking jobs to either kill or torture people and whatnot. But it's in video game form, so it's cool. Desmond, I don't think you're supposed to admit that on camera. Well, then it's a good thing I didn't. I admitted it over voiceover. Champion Challenge. Test your mettle in a challenge brawl. Match wits and fists with the merciless Black Magic Brute and other champions of the pit. Maybe I will. Sean Yun. Private concert sold out. Dang it, I just missed it. Entry forbidden. Joke's on you, I can't read. Hey, look at that! Rosewater jelly. Amazing taste sensation. And who's this feller? Ivan Jacoby, Administrator, Division of Bridges, Roads, and Cemeteries. Is that just cemeteries, or is it a different thing? Speaking for the silent. Regraving disrespects the deceased and shames the living. We know not the needs of the dead. Learn about Administrator Jacoby's campaign to repeal the Reappropriation of Abandoned Burials and Gravesites Act at a public gathering in Kolobran Plaza, Upper Siri District, Karnaka. Perhaps I will. This seems important. Stealth. Yeah, we know how to use that. I get it, but thank you. Well, my fellow guard, you have anything to say right off the cusp? Want to sing any songs about a woman from Tibia? Want to try forgetting about that kiss? Nothing? Don't want to say anything about how itchy the wool is? Alright.